Hello, welcome back to the Brent Bruce Daily. Today is January the 9th, 2023. It is now 4:10 p.m. Central Time, so the mortgage-backed security and bond markets are closed for the day. We're going to see where we ended for the day, and this week, what is it that we're watching out for? Tomorrow, Jerome Powell is going to have a press conference, and we always have to watch out for his comments, because if he says anything that sounds like they're not happy with the way the market is moving and the way that inflation is coming down, that can be negative for the mortgage-backed security world and cause home loan interest rates to go up. Just his comments. But the big news of the week is the CPI report, the Consumer Price Index report, coming out on Thursday. That is one of the key three items that we're paying attention to: the Consumer Price Index, the personal consumption expenditures, and the movements to the federal funds rate by the Federal Reserve. Those are the items that we're paying the most attention to in following the projections that we made on our projections report from, I believe it was sometime last week, to see if we're going to be at 4.875% before July the 1st of this year. So let's take a look and see where we are at right now on our charts. Okay, so as I mentioned, the market is closed for the day. We ended up 19 basis points, which is good. Look at the 10-year Treasury is down 4, but we were up a little bit more. We were up almost 30, maybe 35 at one point during the day. And you see, look at how these technicals make so much sense and how effective they are. So we banged right up against this Fibonacci level at 101.671, came back down and just about touched on this 25-day moving average, and then have been just kind of playing in this range here through the rest of the day. Now, I think we're probably going to be somewhere in this range until Thursday and maybe Wednesday. Sometimes when they start to feel pretty confident about the report one way or the other, those moves begin to happen about a day early. But, of course, the X factor are the comments from Jerome Powell. So we'll see if he says something crazy and it breaks one way or the other. But if things play out the way that I expect, we'll be between this Fibonacci level and this 25-day moving average until the CPI report comes out. We are anticipating the CPI to come out and show inflation reducing. So that is what I've been saying. If you recall from my projection report that was from last week, my projections for 2023, I expect these reports to be coming out with an average of 0.2% month over month, which will allow our year over year inflation readings to come down consistently on both the Consumer Price Index and the personal consumption expenditure, which is what the Federal Reserve is going to look at and reference when they make their decisions on the federal funds rate. All three of those things need to move in our direction for mortgage-backed securities and home loan interest rates to move in our direction as well. So let's take a look and see where we're at on our Brent Bruce Daily interest rate here. Our scenario, which is our very well qualified 30-year fixed conventional home loan for someone who has perfect credit, 25% down, owner occupied, just the best client that you can find, is 6.125% today with a little bit of a credit, about $223. What if this person is either going to pay a point or maybe the seller will pay a point? They're at 5.75, guys. This is a good place to be. This is a great improvement. 5.75 with 1 point right now on a 30-year fixed conventional home loan for these parameters. Yes, very well qualified, 800 FICO, 25% down. Single-family residence, the perfect client. But 5.75 is a lot better than 7.25, which we were talking about only a few months ago. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Let me cancel that out at where we are real quickly on our FHA. Since we have a moment, let's go ahead and take a look where we are on FHA. We're going to run this scenario. Again, a very well qualified client, someone who has an 800 FICO score, is getting a 5.5% on an FHA. All government loan interest rates are pretty close. So VA, FHA, USDA, they're usually within about an eighth to not more than 0.25% difference that I have found recently. If you're willing to pay a point or can get a point, you're at 5.125 on an FHA loan right now if you have good credit. All right. If you have mediocre credit, it's probably at about 0.25% higher than that. So things are actually looking pretty good right now. And I think that we're going to see some good things coming with these next few reports over the next 30 days, which is what I've been talking about. So Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to you again tomorrow.